Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to episode 25 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. The members of the household haven't changed, so it's the same crew as usual. This episode is not quite as long as some of the recent episodes have been. We start out at 45 Surf Circle. It's time for little Terry to age up. He's got 0 days left to age up, so I thought we'd give him a cake. I discovered I couldn't do that over at Plumbulb Island where he actually lives. I'm starting to think that this save is becoming a little bit corrupted. There's quite a few things we can't do at Plumbulb Island now. The Plant Sim boys aged up no problem with cakes at Plumbulb Island, but Terry wasn't able to. So that's why we've got everybody at Surf Circle at the moment. I just hope I can keep the save going until after Sam's got his final island. Suddenly everybody got tired. I'm going to have to do something about those plant sims. I can't tell them apart. They're both dressed the same, and they're both totally green, and they're both totally identical at the moment. Maybe some little fairy will fly by and sprinkle fairy dust on them and change their colours or something. So there we see little Terry as a toddler. The game gave him long white hair and orange gold scales on his legs, and I decided to leave him alone. We'll keep him just as the game made him. I did that for the Plant Sim boys as well, but I'm starting to think that was a mistake, because I never know which is which. Have enough trouble with the two little girls telling them apart just by their clothes. They do have slightly different hairstyles, but that doesn't really help me a lot. I think I've got the girls worked out now. Currently the game's got Wendy in a green dress and Jerry in a pink dress. But the game can change that at any time. I've got an NRES story progression in there. I think I did turn that part off where it gives random clothing all the time. So I discovered Sam didn't have any fishing skills, so I've had him fishing. And when he fishes in the wishing well, he often pulls out gnomes. And now he's pulled out the gnome from France. I think it's the first one of them we've got in this game. I don't think we've got a China gnome yet either. Sinfu, whatever his name is. So that's one of the Plant Sim boys in one of the CC cots I've got. I put those two in there for the little girls when they moved across from Surf Circle. We're at Plumbulb Island now. That must be little Wendy walking out there. When the lights came on, she'd sat down, and I wanted to show you her walking out of the room. So it's a little bit dark because the lights haven't come on yet. She didn't walk very far, but it was cute watching it coming out. Here we go, we got lights on now. So there is, from the left of the screen, there's Judy working on more potions. And Muriel is practicing something on the guitar. And the others are there watching her. At the moment, we're working on Lifetime Wishes. And Josephine needs to play computer games. So I've added in a TV and a game console, which I've had to move closer to the TV than I initially put it, so she can play computer games to get her lifetime wish, which is to get to the top of 3 social groups, of all 3 social groups. And she hasn't done much. She's at the top of one of them. She's got nowhere at all with another one, and she's just a little way into the 3rd one. But I have no idea which one she's got to the top of. I've never really taken much notice of social groups before, so this is something else that's new for me. And I read in the forums recently somebody saying that they can use the video camera and play the videos back on the TV. So while I was in buy mode, I went and bought them a video camera and put it into Josephine's inventory so she can get a video and play it back on the TV. just to see that it can be done. She's still there watching Muriel. Muriel just has to get to level 10 in the guitar skill, and as she's doing it, I am getting her to learn the 5 guitar songs. So she will eventually get to level 10, I think, in this episode, and she will also learn all of the 5 guitar songs that they have that they can learn. We're going to see a bit more of the toddlers in this episode as well, and we'll see the Sims starting to concentrate on developing the painting skill. Craig has already maximised his sculpting skill, so I probably won't get him to do any more sculpting for a while after this episode. I think he's still got a sculpture that he's working on at this point. And then he'll be working mostly on inventing and painting, because he needs to get to level 10 on all 3 of those skills to get his lifetime wish. So there's Josephine playing computer games at the moment. I hope it is helping her gain points in one of the 2 social groups that she hasn't already got to level 10 of. Since I don't know much about social groups, it's quite possible that she's working on a group she's already maximised. So there's Judy. She's obviously just had an explosion and she's got singed at the chemistry table. And I will keep her working at that chemistry table until she has learned all of the potions, or discovered all of the potions. Another option for Josephine, of course, would be to buy her advancement in the social groups using lifetime happiness points. But she's only got 300 or 600, something like that, not very many lifetime happiness points at the moment. So that isn't a really good option for her either. Now, I thought we'd go to the Spring Festival for a little moment because I haven't spent much time there, and it'd be a chance for Diana to do some busking or some performing for tips and thereby help her advance in her career. She needs to get to level 10 of the magician career to get her lifetime wish granted. There she is with the doves. I like that one, especially when I've got the camera pulled back far enough to see the birds actually flying off. Unfortunately, when you get it pulled so far back, you can't see the detail of what else she's doing. Let's go back to Plumbob Island, see some toddlers in action. There's little Terry. You can see his scales there. He's got all the toddler training ahead of him yet. At least the other 4 have done some work towards their toddler training. They haven't, the Plant Sim boys haven't finished reading their books yet, and they've been getting bits and pieces of skills all over the place. I usually like to be thoroughly organised and have everything done in order and like a military precision, just to make sure that we don't miss out on anything, but I'm afraid I haven't been doing that this time. I will concentrate on the books and the xylophone and the peg box though, because they are things that I can tell if they've got to the top of them or not, whereas the skills they get from the playpen and the baby walker, it's a bit mysterious to me. They seem to be gaining skill all the time because they get that little bar above their heads, but you never quite know if they're at the top or not, or how far they're getting with it, or even if it's going to be of any use to them when they do age up. And they probably won't be aging up the children in this game. So she must have just got another potion there. She just changed out of her white outfit. I've just taken bits and pieces out of the games. I haven't much showing everything in sequence. So now Craig is sculpting something in stone. I got him to do this because he hasn't done anything in stone before, I don't think. But I do think he has already mastered the sculpting skill, so he probably shouldn't be wasting time doing another sculpture at this point when he's got so much work that he's still got to do on inventing and painting. But we'll let him finish that sculpture. There's Judy back trying to discover another potion. Josephine's watching Meryl practice the guitar or learn a song. I'm not too sure which she's doing at the moment. I guess practicing the guitar works, whether she's learning a song or just sitting, just performing on her own. Or playing alone, I think I have chosen for her so that she can just keep playing regardless if there's people watching her or not. Josephine's enjoying it. I think Josephine should be doing something to work towards her lifetime wish. And she just pulled a video camera out. That's her videoing Meryl practicing the guitar. I was thinking I should have got her to be face on so to see Meryl's face. Then I thought, hey, she's using the camera. I've never done this before. If she can play something back on the TV, that will be just truly amazing. So she's taken her video. Now I had to go, in the end, I couldn't get her sent it to a particular TV. I just clicked on the actual video in her inventory and said to play it back on the TV. And then she marched off downstairs to this TV that I've never put in a game before. I don't know why I chose to put it in this one, and it looks to me as though it's possibly the only TV that she could use to play the video back on. So maybe it's fortunate that I decided to use it. I almost stopped, when I was in buy mode putting that TV in the game. I nearly said, no, I don't want that one. I never use this one. I don't want it. And I thought, well, I'll never use it. I might as well. But look, you can see she's got the video of Meryl actually playing the guitar, and she's watching on that TV. It was pretty dark, so I don't know if you could see it or not, but I could see it vaguely. So I think I discovered that must be Benji there, and I think I discovered he hadn't actually finished learning the xylophone. Now Josephine has come upstairs. She's going to teach Terry to walk, and Muriel has just got her lifetime wish. She has got to level 10 of the guitar. She already did level 10 of painting, so now she's got about 40,000 lifetime happiness points, and she's got so many lifetime happiness points I can't work out how to spend them, so she's still got them. I think she got 35,000 from completing that lifetime wish. I thought once you get over 40,000, I usually get a collection helper, but once one of them's got a collection helper, I don't really need one for all of the others, and I haven't been getting them to go collecting because they don't need anything. And Judy's already got a collection helper in her inventory. So I've just got to work out what to spend Muriel's lifetime happiness points with. She's got, by the end of this episode, I think she's got 46,000 and growing. And I've had a few looks through and I thought, there's quite a few things I could get, but don't know what to do. I was also thinking once she finishes her lifetime wish, I might just kick her out of the household because there's so many Sims in the household. And then I thought, I really want to see what painting she can come up with. So I might just get her painting for a while and put off the other two decisions for another couple of episodes. We'll just see how the game is progressing with her still in the household. I wouldn't just delete her, kick her out and not keep her. I would actually make sure I've got a copy of her saved to my library with the skills and things that she's already achieved in this game, because I'd like to add her back into another game, probably into my big game that I've got going that I haven't played for months now, but I will get back to it. That's the game with the Witch's Village, because it's already got about 5 worlds in it. So now Muriel, as you can see her in the background, still playing the guitar. That's because I told her to learn. She had one more song left to learn. So that was the one that they learn when they get to level 9. But she's already level 10. She just got her lifetime reward. Lifetime happiness. Lifetime wish. She just finished that a few minutes ago. Now, I'm pretty sure that's Benji in the foreground because Benji was the youngest one. He was the one that got picked second. Now, he's barely the youngest one, but he is the youngest one of the two plant sim boys. And he still had to learn something on his xylophone, whereas Bertie, I think, is still playing with the doll's house. Didn't need to do any more work on those skills. And I think Bertie's even read all the books, but Benji hasn't. Before they get aged up, though, I put all 9 books on the floor, and I will tell one of the young adult Sims to, click on each book in turn to get them to read 2 and see if any names pop up, and then I will know if that particular toddler, or if all of the toddlers have read that particular book, I should say. Any toddler names that pop up means that they haven't finished reading it. Quite often, when you put a toddler on the floor to read a book onto themselves, they'll stop reading about half a second before they finish the book, and you think, if you come back later, you'll think, oh, they've finished reading that, and you don't check. They don't get any reward for having read the book, and you think, oh, the game's got a glitch in it because she read that book, or he read that book. But he might have read it except for the last half a second when they stopped because they needed to get a drink or go to the potty or something. So it's always worthwhile to click on each book before they age up to be a child, if it's important for you to actually have them actually finish the books. That was my ginger cat that just meowed then. He's sitting right beside me, and there's a man next door tapping something in the shed. So I guess they'll both come in the video. Sorry about that. So she finished that song, and she just tossed it in the air. But because I have got an NRES mod in that actually keeps all the recipes and those music books when they've been read, she'll still have it in her inventory. So I've put I couldn't put it in the bookcase, but what I've done is I've put some shelves onto this floor, and I've put the music that she's already learned in those shelves so that other Sims can use it maybe later on if it isn't glitched. So I wonder what that is that's coming out of that piece of rock. Here we are, we've got Terry there practicing the xylophone and Benji playing with his imaginary friend. And I've got a Mickey dog standing up with his front paws on my leg. He's always pretty close to me. Little Miss Mia, she's lying on the floor on a cushion beside my chair. Mickey's got a cushion as well, but he's not lying on it at the moment. So I thought I'd give you a look at the toddlers in action. Try to cut out all the bits of lag that happen here and there. And a pretty slow whack on that xylophone. I think I've decided that those little plant sims are not going to be green and identical for much longer. Okay, well, Craig's finished his toilet. I'll put that against the wall somewhere, and now he's working on his inventing. I've got Jeannie doing a painting at the moment, but I am going to try to get her to complete the science skill so that we get the group science project down in that bottom basement. Because I've got that big square reserved for it, we might as well fill it. And there Diana has done an interesting painting. I haven't seen that one before. I'm getting most of the household working on small paintings because I usually get my Sims to do big paintings. So I haven't seen many of the small paintings. So the fairy did drop fairy dust on the plant Sims, and they have changed colour. The blonde one is Bertie, and the redhead is Benji. Now, I didn't actually change their skin. What I did was I dragged the slider all the way across to the left, and this is the colour they became. So that is Plant Sim skin that they're still wearing. Obviously, it's not Plant Sim hair colour. I changed the colour of their hair. Now, I found this strange Sim upstairs on the ground level at night, and I only found her by accident. I just wandered up there. I don't know why I even went up there. And all she was doing was standing there staring out at the ocean. So I watched her for a few seconds, and then she decided to run off, and she jumped into a boat and vanished. I thought I'd have a look and see what she was staring at. I couldn't see anything, just a few stars. However, the fact that I was up there meant that I saw something else that was quite interesting, and I might have missed otherwise. So there she goes in her boat, going back to wherever it was she came from, I suppose. She doesn't seem to be very... There we go. There's been an alien abduction somewhere. Yeah, that Sim had a proper boat. She wasn't in a water taxi, so she must be somebody who's got a house or something. That's Josephine being abducted by aliens. Yeah, I haven't seen very many of the medium-sized paintings either, so I'm going to get Muriel to work on medium-sized paintings so I can get to see quite a lot of them. There goes Josephine. Now, the thing is, with alien abductions, I've noticed, because I've got Sims living in such strange places, the aliens come and they pick them up from their home, but they drop them back on a road somewhere. And of course, there's no roads on Plum Bob Island. So poor Josephine has been dumped on one of the larger islands near a road, and that's the moon in the water. I thought that was pretty, so I'll show you that. Now, Josephine has to find her own way home, of course. That's one of the paintings, one of the small paintings that I hadn't seen before, or don't remember seeing before anyway. And I don't know that I can recall seeing that one either. So all I'm doing with them at the moment is getting them to take their paintings off the easel and telling them to paint another one. That is a brilliant painting, I think, that Muriel just did. Probably be the next episode before I get to show you the walls where I'm actually putting them up. I'll eventually sell all the duplicates and only keep one of each. Josephine's doing that city one again that somebody else did before that I hadn't noticed before. That looks like R2-D2 or something like that, the one that Diana's working on. Little robot thing. And she's finished, so she can take that off the easel and start another one. Sometimes I think about it for a while. So I'm just getting Jeannie to research science over and over again. And we're getting very close to the end of the video. So there it is. I'm putting up some of the paintings on the wall. It's that R2-D2 picture. Well, we're close to the end of the video now, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now, and carrots out.